the Soweto Derby post-match presser. I'm now joined by the Orlando Pirates head coach, Coach Mitchell, as well as man of the match, Augustine Mulenga. Welcome, gentlemen. Before the opening question, just hand over directly to the floor. Please, by a show of hands, if there are any questions. This is your cue to raise your hand so that I know that you have a question for him. What should we do? Okay, with that, thank you guys. Oh, Mark, you can. Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Put me under pressure, Tony, so just your thoughts on the game.
Please call your thoughts, please. Virus is spreading. Anyhow, you know, living under the philosophy, when it's good, do not fly. When it's bad, do not give up. I'm coming here with the highest degree of respect towards our sport opponent, who we play today, Kaizer Chiefs. Match that brings itself standstill the country, match that has so much tension, pressure, stress, match that people were telling me could make or break you. So having that in mind, our job was throughout the week properly prepare what is needed so that whatever we do is mirroring whatever we do in training session comes to performance in front of stadium and attendance. So speaking about this, I would say that we felt before the match like us technical team. We felt like a group of people that are teachers or lecturers to our players, that are students, and that they have exam in front of the audience, and fully aware what exam will bring, going into the deepest possible details throughout the week, preparing them theoretically to know every detail what to do in certain situations. That football can bring, knowing and trying to make them mentally strong to answer to any question football posed to us, making them physically fit to last from start to end, making them technically effective and tactically competitive, the most important. Now, we started the game on a bit back foot. I need to give credit. Chiefs have been first approximately 20-25 minutes over us in a way that they have dominated, that they had opening goal, that then was like serving to us like wake-up call. And then you have that penalty that has been missed with Kune catching a live ball, direct ball. Not missed, but he saved it. And this could serve to opponents as an injection of motivation, and to us, we could crack them mentally. However, showing the mental strength, giving the credit to our players, we have immediately answered. We have not been lost the head, because head as a commanding center, heart to fight, lungs to carry the legs. This was important in those moments to switch on. So from that corner kick we scored, we had that second goal. On half-time, we were looking to solve the problem that has been caused with so-called golden zone in front of our defense, where Zuma, Parker and Billiard were appearing, and servers to those balls, practically they were overloading that area with presence, infiltrating exactly there. We have sorted that on half-time, fully aware that we cannot be like cow that gives milk. We lead 2-1 and then we are pouring down. Fully aware about that. We enter in second half. First few balls have not been with that chance of Castro. It was not the way we wanted. Then onward we bounced and we answer it performance. Performance in a way that has practically we have tactically answered with Figo coming inside in order to cut the supply to forward from Shangas and Katsande. We had Mako closing the side on side of Rama, and we had then stamping authority in the midfield, putting Makola. We believe that in everything we planned, it went well. However, we are not carried away with humility. We are coming here in front of us. We count that this match behind us is now history. I want personally to express appreciation to the players for showing an amazing character, even after missing penalty, still believing that we can win the game. I need to give credit to the technical team, especially to Coach Rulani, who had an outing that has misdirected and counted as a disrespect to the opponent team that is not. It is a part of the game. It could motivate opponents to come at us. After missing penalty, it was not easy, but God had plans for us. We have worked very hard. I want to Coach Rulani, to the technical team, to give an absolute credit for working and touching every single detail that has played an important role us to win. I want to give credit to unsung heroes, our chairman and management and people from the office that are working, and nobody does not see their work, but we appreciate, we feel that we are supported, and we have also for them done this. And the most important final product given to our supporters, we felt their prayers, we felt pressure, tension and stress in a way that we need to feel responsibility to give them a reason for happiness. And now that we have won, we put it in the history books and life moves on.
Coach, can I ask you two questions, please? The first one is, how much time have you spent on game management in the last few weeks? Because it looked very good today. Mobada going down, breaking up the tempo a little bit, seeing out the game well with possession, going to the corners, etc. That's my first question. How much time have you spent on this aspect of the game? You seem to talk about it well. And just to go back to the Rolada issue, you used the word now, I don't know if I heard you correctly, that you didn't mean any disrespect. But did he go to that press conference and say a few things that were perhaps said with some naivety, or did he go specifically just to wind it up at the beginning of the Derby week?
I will not go deeper and further. I can assure you that mission has been accomplished. We have won the game, and this is only what is counting. Rest of the teams will go into the history books. It will serve the next time. We shall always look to serve different kind of food in that regard. This is needed in preparation for the match. And I will not go deep, no comment further and deeper. Regarding the game management, it is an everyday mission. We need to give credit to our analysts that really, and the department is headed exactly by Coach Rulani, that they have gone to the deepest possible details in that regard, that we always, the best on this planet, we take as a role models and positive examples, that players are getting examples from the biggest clubs on this planet that are having problems similar like ours, because problems, football problems are same here or in England or in Spain or anywhere. So they have done a tremendous job in that regard, garnished with is meaning outfield work, infield work, one-on-one management, partnership management, department management, whole team management, and all that cooked in order to get performance and get results, because we are a big club, and as a big club we are obliged to, as our chairman says, to move the happiness index that this evening on the Orlando Pirates side we know that this evening will be a special evening.
Coach Soweto from ENCA, congrats on the win. So, Coach, how important is winning this derby, especially psychologically for the players in your pursuit for the league title?
It is, before this match, it was 60 points to fight for. From this moment, it's 57 points to fight for. Match like any other, you cannot get for winning today, you cannot get more than 3 points. But psychologically, you can get so much, having in mind that you have won, and this could serve as injection of motivation, of self-belief, because confidence is never enough. Players and team without confidence is like balloon without air. Confidence is never enough, and we look to inject our players, because matches that we are having ahead of us, tough match already on Saturday, or I don't know when, we are playing against Amazulu and other league matches, and the rest of the competition that we are having in front of us is supposed to have a platform of confidence that has been earned by today's win.
Coach, KC Matroma, just 2 quick questions. Coach Serena said midweek that Kama Billiat and Castro might not play. Did you believe that? And also, when you were preparing for a game where Castro and Billiat would play? And the last question would be, do you see yourself being to Pirates what Alex Ferguson was to Manchester United, of winning trophies and staying for long?
It's a bit too much about that. This great club since 1937, this badge is something Pirates have been there, Pirates will be with me, and Pirates will be much more after me. I have been fortunate, lucky, and blessed and privileged to be on this position. I don't want to think anything beyond the next match, and Bill is made on the end, and we shall see how far we shall reach. This is answer on your second question, that in a way is not fair to talk about this. This is very, very far from that aspect. But beside me, there is a person that I believe one day, when, like in relay in athletics, I give the relay to him, that he will go all the way and he will last that long the way Alex Ferguson has lasted. I will not talk about whom, but you can guess. You know, it's nice to see that we are working and he's growing, and I'm so happy, proud, and honored and privileged to work with him. I would just say about Castro and Billiat, in connection what I told him on press conference on Wednesday, and that is, you know, that story that you mentioned since 2014, we have not won. Whenever I see in football everywhere, when people are telling, mentioning a long period and whatever, everything one day will have an end. So it could psychologically put pressure on us since 2014 that this is now 10th match that we have not lost. In the same moment, I would repeat that all that story about 6 players absent and whatever could put us in a relaxing mode. But as a serious football people, we have not believed in that. Coach Rani has spoken Monday, I have spoken Wednesday, and I told opponent can register even the best players on this planet. We shall give them deserved respect when they have the ball. We have disrespected one, and we conceded. Other balls we have respected in the right way. And we shall be arrogant when we have the ball. And arrogance has shown to the goal score, to the penalty that later we missed, and to the fantastic team goal, second winning goal that we have scored.
To Augustine, what do you think it will take for you and Shonga to transfer your form and combination in Zambia to Pirates? And to Coach Micho, I mean, last day you spoke about the fact that it was about building the team and improving on the season that wasn't so good before that. What's the aim this season, especially when you look at the fact that this is a team that hasn't won anything in 4 years?
We had a soul healing mission last year. If you remember, I came here end of July, start of August. Social media was full of jokes about Orlando Pirates. They were punching us right and left. Pride of this great institution led by our chairman. We came together with our supporters, with our management, with our technical team, with our players, and had a good season last year. But I promised to myself I will not go to the last season anymore. This is totally new season, and the way matches are coming, every single match is so important that we have no right to get carried away and to think anything else. Duty in Orlando Pirates is always to have the highest possible target, to win everything what is on offer. In that regard, focus at each match as it comes. Far history, this derby, all focus, concentration and dedication and commitment towards match and at King's Milutin Stadium against Amazulu, and this is what we are looking forward to. The rest of the things, as I told, bill will be made on the end. We shall see whether it will satisfy the appetites of the most demanding supporters, the most loyal, and supporters that with prayers and a special way, the way they love the team, pushing us to stretch over all human and sport limits to make them happy.
Yeah, and as for me, as a player, what I can say is that football is all the same here at the club and at the nation, but the difference is the approach. What I can say, like for me and Sean, we just have to continue working hard and be at our best level, to continue doing what we always do the best. That's what I can say.
Sports. Again, it was the same question around those lines, but I just wanted to find out from you, Mulenga. Shonga seems to be, he's having his back against the wall with the supporters. We've seen others doing the substitution sign after missing the penalty, and even some of the balls not falling his way. How does it sit with you, and what did you say to him probably after the game or whatever the interval that you have as twin strikers of Orlando Pirates?
Yeah, what I can say is that the supporters, when you miss, they can start doing the symbols like substitution. But what I can say to him is that just have to encourage him. Yes, we can miss like 10 times in a game, but what I can say is that you just have to look up and forge ahead, because we are the only players that we can deliver. Yeah, what I can say is just to encourage him and keep him, push him, keep him going forward. It's part of the game. Yeah, we can miss, we can score. They are the person that if we miss, they can say substitute him, but again, if we score, they are the one that they're going to celebrate. Yeah.
Tuzamile and then Baskepe, followed by you and the gentleman behind you.
Tuzamile from Jacaranda. My question goes to Mulenga. 11 matches into the season, and you scored only 2 goals so far. Last season, you started very, very well and a promising striker for Pirates. Do you believe that you can change the situation around and get a respectable figure in terms of the number of goals that you can score, because you showed quality at Pirates and also in the national team? Do you think that you can start getting the goals?
Yes, the good thing for me is that if I don't score, I create. So that thing makes me working hard again and pushing forward. If I don't score, at least if I create, yeah, it gives me confidence to push hard. But sometimes those games you can play maybe 5 games without scoring, but you can create. Yeah, I don't have to look down. I just have to forge ahead, because we've got so many games in front of us. The goals will come.
There is one belief in football. When you score, one person is happy. When you assist two person, you and person that has scored is happy. So you are seeing what kind of character we are having behind us. We are honored and privileged to have such a gentleman. Otherwise, I'm very happy seeing him here talking. I call him Golo Kante because of being so shy and whatever. But now he's showing that he has gone over it.
Augustine, most of the chief press conference, the post-match conference was mainly on the defense and what they did and what they didn't do. And we saw you taking on some of the defenders, not shy to do that, as the coach saying that you shy. Is it just something that you normally do, or as the coach talked about deep analysis, did you look at the players, whether they're weak, whether their weaknesses, to say this is what I can exploit, especially with the Ngezan?
Yeah, like for me, I'm not a small player for now. I'm a big player. I'm playing for the national team, and I've got too much confidence when I have the ball. So if any defender comes to me, I have to take him on, because it's my job. When it's me who have the ball, I have to. What I can do, the defender won't know. So I have to take him on.
Okay. Coach Belile, you haven't played Marshall Monetsi since August. And I know we spoke about
28 August.
Yes. Yes. And I know we spoke about this man of the match, playing for Zimbabwe against DRC recently in the midfield. Can you tell us more about what inspired this change today, bringing him in the midfield? And also, do you think maybe there's also the strength of your team lies in having these multifunctional players?
Very much. Utility player like Marshall Monetsi is ready to serve the team, is soldier and servant of the team at any position we are using him. At his national team, he's playing in central midfield with us. We put him behind and he could serve. Any coach is happy to have such a utility player. Since 28, he didn't play. Then he went and played a wonderful game in Congo Brazzaville. Went and played return leg against DRC Congo. It gave him confidence. And when you look at the team that we have fielded, you could see that we have counted on who can, on the day, be put a responsibility on the shoulders, and you know that you have believe that will succeed to match the expectation from the point that football exam match that we had today was played in front of thousands of supporters. So having that in mind, except that when first goal we conceded, later on he was growing with the game, he had good performance, and he stands in line to continue. Is up to him.
Final two questions.
Coach, one leader for Football Conversations. Congratulations for the win, Coach. It was supposed to be an emphatic one for the Zero of us, but unfortunately, the script was written differently. So, Coach, I've got this question for you. Beginning of the season, I've noticed that there's a rotation policy amongst considering the right wing, the right back. You've started with Dube, followed up with Mataba, Nyawuza, Mopaya. And there are two other guys who have been featured this season, and they are original right backs, in the name of Asabela Begide and Menzi Mabasu. Any thoughts of why they haven't been featured this season? Okay, I know that next season, in few months' time, you are up for a continental test, and yes, we know that Asevedo Ndekile brings lots of championship experience, but why both of the guys haven't been featured this season?
Job that we do, I could call it that every single match is like neurosurgeon operation. You need to be precise. You need to be correct in whatever you do. Our players, several of them are fighting for the positions. There are certain criteria and standards depending on the opponent, depending on state of their competitive form, and so many other related issues that we take in consideration in order to decide who will play. When I look at Dube was injured, Matlaba was sick during FIFA break. We had those two players also competing, Mabaso playing in MDC, Bekile playing many friendly matches, knocking on the door, but unfortunately, you know, our duty is that we always field something what will get us performance and result. So we do not live in sentiments of past, we live in the truth of present, and as I said, same like doing neurosurgeon operation, we look at the details that sometimes could not be understood by the people that are outside, but within inside we know why and how. Door is open for two of them, especially that very soon we shall have those qualifiers and other related matches that will bring us in an abnormal situation. Draw for the Champions League will be made on 28th of December, and in 5 months they need to finish Champions League. Preliminaries, group stages, quarterfinals, semi-final, finals. What, when you look at the local league, brings you in an unbelievable situation. But power of a team is that you have the answer for the local, for the international, for anything what football brings you, and I believe those players have a chance to feature in matches ahead of us.
Final question, Chad, and can you please not make it an essay type? Short question, but really appreciate it.
Coach, I want to ask about the goalkeeper. Jackson playing the 2 games before the derby, and then Botswana coming in. I think a lot of people were also hoping to see Kuzwayo maybe get his debut. Just what's the situation with Jackson not getting to play in the derby? I think 2 seasons ago he was playing in the derby, even though he played before.
Jackson Mabokwane is a senior player, and we do not just count him as an ordinary goalkeeper, but we count him as a kind of assistant coach, having in mind his understanding whenever we do and whatever we do from the point of theory. Now, before the match against Amazulu, Pochane got injured. Jackson came in, did very well in those matches, and when you look at everything, he's satisfied with the performance standard. Kuzwayo came back, Pochane recovered, Sunderland's played NBC, and practically four players have been in same line in the race, as I told. One physically, 4 of them spiritually present in our goal. In photo finish, Pochane won due to certain aspects that are deeply technical, and unfortunately that this directly affected Jackson, but by no means is he's highly respected, he had his chance and whatever, but we felt that today's game needed Pochane and ingredients of goalkeeping that he could bring to the team. Crosses from right to left, so many other issues.
Punching the ball.
Sorry?
Punching the ball.
Amongst
Yes,
others.
Thank you. On that note, we've reached the conclusion of our press now.